Three receivers to Lausanne's right, two in the slot. Rebels almost jumped, but stayed on their side of the line of scrimmage. Lausanne takes a low snap, and he'll keep it around left end, and he breaks a tackle.
Couldn't get face mask too.
And he's down the sideline. He's got a first down, knocked out of bounds at the 32. Broke out of a tackle from Sammy Ball. Let's see what our indication is from Brett Hunt. Personal foul, face mask on the Rebels.
That's a big one, too.
So they tack that onto the end of the run. That will put Southport in pretty good position here. 1st and 10 at the Rebel 20. 6:46 left here in the first quarter from Bob Tully Field at Roncalli Stadium. We're scoreless. Ball in the far hash. Lausanne sends Yates in motion across the formation. Fakes the handoff, passes over the middle. Has a man, Munoz incomplete. At the goal line, Munoz was open. Munoz had 2 steps on Dominic Brown, but the ball was overthrown at the goal line. Incomplete. Munoz, a big target. He stands 6'5", 215.
They had good play action going to the left side, which brought Dominic just a couple steps up to try to help on run support, and then realized that Munoz was running by him, and he wide open, but again, missed the pass. So Roncalli gets a break.
2nd and 20. Clock stopped on the incomplete pass. 6.5 minutes to go, first quarter. Lausanne gives on the delay to Yates. He cuts inside, and he's swallowed up at the 18. Good tackle by Tyson Garrett, the sophomore linebacker. Garrett pressed into service with David Clayton out with the injury. Pick up of a couple on the play down to the 17, give him 3. 3rd down and 17. 3rd down and 7, excuse me. 3rd down and 7 from the Rebel 17. And nearing the 6-minute mark to go in the first quarter. Lausanne in the pistol formation with Yates behind him. Rebels crowd the line. Lausanne, the keeper, lowers his shoulder. He needed the 10. He's short. Tackled short at about the 13. Sean Sinovic, Dominic Brown there. Ball in the middle of the field, though, and it looks like the field goal team will come on. That's Kobe Cockrell. He's a returning kicker.
Roncalli's been very stout up the middle, making good tackles when they're running just off tackle. They're doing a great job of flying to the football and making sure tackles. And this is a big win for Roncalli to get him to this field goal, and obviously hopefully you miss it.
30-yard kick. Mitchell Unversaw's the holder. Ball spotted right in the middle of the field, and it looked like the Cardinals moved. Cockrell went ahead and made the kick. A little bit of breeze to his back. Let's see if they try it at 35. Looks like they're going to.
Well, and it didn't go 5 yards past the goalpost there, so.
No, he made it with room to spare. But the Rebels did not rush either.
No, you're right.
They heard the whistle. Low snap, kick on the way. That one is short. It is short. So the penalty, a big one, backing the Rebels, the Cardinals up 5, and Cockrell misses from 35 yards, and the Rebel defense holds. 5:08 to go here in the first quarter. 35-yard missed field goal. Cockrell was just 1 of 3 last year. Rebels get it back at the 20-yard line, still scoreless on our scoreboard. 5:08 to go. Beck Service Center scoreboard, I should say. 5:08 left in the first quarter. Second Rebel possession. The first one, Rebels were able to get 1 first down, then had to punt it away. Hebler's the running back behind Leffler. High snap, the give to Hebler. Barron stumbling through. He stayed up on his feet. He's on his feet. He's spinning. He's out near the 40. Boy, it looked like he was down for a gain of a couple, but he somehow, with that low center of gravity, kept the feet chopping, and his center of gravity in play, And he's able to run it out to the 39 for a pickup of 19.
He kept the ball tucked into his right hand, but used his left hand to kind of as a pull to push himself back up, and his leverage brought him up. Nicely done.
Swing pass out to Hebler, right side. He's got a couple of blockers. Spins out of one tackle, and he's tossed down at the 41. Pickup of 2. Brayon Hogan, one of their leading returning tacklers from last year. He had 59 stops a year ago. Gain of 2 on the play, 2nd and 8. Rebels at their own 41-yard line. Three receivers all to the right. Pump fake, throw, slot over the middle.
Got hit right away.
And Leffler was tossed down, incomplete. Cole Beckman, the intended receiver, number 10. Rebels have thrown 2 of those inside routes, and both times the receiver was unable to even get to the football to make a play.
It's a spot pass, it looks like what they're trying to do, but you're right, the receiver gets caught up in all the junk through there. I mean, they're not being held or anything. It's just no path to get to that spot.
You just can't get there.
No, and he has to get rid of the ball really quickly. He didn't have time to look to see where the receiver is to adjust that pass at all.
3rd down and 8 from the Rebel 41. Leffler has 2 receivers to either side, ball in the near side hash.
Southport runs the 3-3 stack, but they walk guys up, and all teams spreading out. You don't really have a base defense anymore.
Looks right, throws right, has a man, it's caught. That's Papandrea trying to get the line to gain. It's 49. It's going to be very close on the spot. Number 3, the junior Ryan Papandrea, who's also one of the starting cornerbacks. And the spot is very close. He needed the 49. And let's see.
I think they're going to give it to him.
Official has not yet. Yes, they gave him the first down.
Wow.
Boy, that was close. But they gave him the first down. If it was a first down, it wasn't by much.
Well, it was a great effort. He was on the sideline, and he dove forward. So I think that gave him just the extra a couple inches that he needed to get that first down.
Leffler looks right, throws to the short side again. It's caught
Good
by
catch.
Tommy Mullen at the 45 into Southport territory. Knocked out of bounds is Mullen. Tommy in his first season as a full-time varsity player. Knocked out of bounds.
Tommy had to go down to the ground. The ball was a little bit low coming out below his knees. That's hard for a receiver to catch that. He did a good job squatting down and making sure he pulled that ball.
Pickup of 6. Leffler looks. Big shot down the sideline. It's right over the outstretched hand of Cahill at the 28. Just over the outstretched hand of Cahill.
And Antonio Fisher, number 1 on the corner there, it was his job to do that. He was looking inside, trying to jump an inside route. And, man, it left Cahill wide open. That's a missed opportunity. You'll watch in films tomorrow and go, man, if we could have hit that one, that could have been points.
Leffler, long count on 3rd and 4. Over the middle, has a man. He overthrew Beckman. Boy, Cole was open at the 30, and he overthrew him. So now it's 4th and 4.
And Aiden, that was the first time he's really had time to kind of set his feet and throw it. He kind of sat back there, and I think he was almost so relaxed that the ball ended up coming out at the high point of his throw with the nose coming up, so it ended up floating because he had a receiver that he could have hit. But, again, these first couple series, when you have young quarterbacks like that, you just want to let them kind of air it out and get used to it.
Rebels will punt it away, try and pin him deep. Lopez hits an end-over-ender. Cardinals get away from it, takes a high kick at the 20, and it's down at the 21 by Sam Carr. During this possession change, let's go ahead and step out, take a quick break. 3:24 to go here in this first quarter. Our Beck Service Center scoreboard reads Roncalli and Southport, no score. Back after this on the Ascension St. Vincent's Rebel Media Network.
Throughout Chick-fil-A's history,
every day we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.
For an immediate drop, maybe a gain of 1 around right end. 2nd down and 9.
Jack Wardzala and Dominic Brown on the tackle that time.
2nd down and 9 from the Southport 23. Long count for Lazan. Two receivers either side, looking into the sun. Gives on the delay to Yates up the middle. Nothing there. Falls forward for a yard, maybe two to the 25, and that's it. Wardzala again on the stop. Luke Marsh, I think, was also there. We got Will Shutley was there. And Sean Sinovic coming up from his linebacker spot. So 3rd down and 7. Rebels have him in a predictable spot. Passing down. Luke Marsh has to get off the field, and he just does. 3rd down and 7 at the Southport 25. Rebels looking, both teams looking to the sideline for the call. Southport still has yet to get it in. Lazan is communicating the play. The play clock's at 1, and they've got to burn a timeout. Southport has to burn a timeout. We'll go ahead and take one as well. 2:05 to go in this first quarter. We're scoreless on the Beck Service Center scoreboard. Roncalli and Southport will step out for 30 seconds and come right back. It's Roncalli football on the Ascension St. Vincent's Rebel Media Network.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Trying to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They have to make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Do y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital.
Blitz around in. They give it up the middle. Lazan on the keeper. He's around the end. He's got room to run. He's on the run. He's tripped up on an ankle tackle by Ryan Henry at the 35-yard line of Roncalli. That's a great play. The defense ran to Yates, and Lazan went around left in and almost broke it. Would have if Henry hadn't ankle tackled him at the Southport 34.
Yeah, that's that read option where the quarterback's got the option just to hold on it, keep it in the belly there until they converge on him, pulls it out, and runs right around in. And he got some wheels to get some yardage on it.
Run out of 41. Tip across the formation to Yates. That's a pass play, but Yates trips over his blocker's foot and downs himself at the line of scrimmage. Gain of 41. One thing we didn't get to, Dan, in the pregame show was last year the Rebels in 8 of the 10 games, they gave up a touchdown of 40 yards or more in 8 out of 10. And I've got to think that's been a point of emphasis, not to give up the big plays.
Don't give up the big plays, exactly.
We're in the final minute and change of the first quarter, 1:15 to be exact. We're still scoreless. But Southport driving again into Rebel territory. Lazan with Nelson to his immediate left.
And they're leaning on the offensive line.
Leans forward, breaks a tackle in the backfield, and he's tackled after pickup of a couple around left end. It's a nice one-on-one tackle there by Owen Volk. Make that Sammy Ball, beg your pardon, number 8 on the stop. Give Lazan a gain of 4 to the 30. 3rd down and 6. 40 seconds to go. 3rd down and 6. Third down and 6.
They're moving.
And Southport jumped.
Man, they've been pushing it the whole last 2-3 plays.
Yeah, you mentioned, and I noticed it after you mentioned it, they've been lean. That offensive line have been getting about maybe a half a foot to 9-inch lean forward.
Yeah, well, they're
prior to the snap.
They're not getting
On the play action keep. Takes it around the left side and tackled at the 13. Sammy Ball again on the stop. That sets up 3rd and short.
Which one of the reasons they're playing so stoutly up the middle is when you're playing man-to-man coverage on the guys that are split out, they're wanting to test Lazan's arm is what they're doing. They're begging him to do it with the man-to-man coverage. It puts more guys in the box and allows them to cover that run.
3rd down and 3.
Which is more dangerous right now than his arm.
3rd down and 3 from the Rebel 13. Lazan fakes the give, rolls.
Oh, look at that.
Thought about the throw. He's inside the 10. He's got a 1st down. He's knocked down at the 8. Pump fake the throw. Ryan Henry was in on the tackle. Nope, make that Sinovic.
Got the 1st down, though. That's an unconventional triple option is what that is. They give it to the first guy. They've got that option too. He pulls it out. He is running. He has the option of throwing it or passing it, so it ends up being a triple option, but not in the old school way.
Sinovic is slow to get up, and now he'll need some attention from the Roncalli training staff.
Sinovic's one of the 2 linebackers in the middle. He's one that's a player that Roncalli's kind of counting on. They don't want to lose one of those inside linebackers. One of the reasons they went to the 4-2 look is so that they could have 2 linebackers. When you have the 3-3 stack or the 3-5, you end up playing with more linebackers and having kind of those in-between players between a defensive back and a linebacker. This year they've got more what they feel ready to play defensive backs. So going with a 4-2, put guys down on the line of scrimmage, run it with 2 linebackers. You only have to have those 2 linebackers. But when one of them gets hurt, you kind of have to go, uh-oh. Now, they've got some guys that will come in and play, but again, that's one of your top guys on this defense, and one of the reasons they wanted to go to that and make that move to that defense. You also have Dominic Brown, they've been working on his ankle down there. So you got 2 defensive starters that are sitting on the training table right now trying to figure stuff out.
1st and goal from the 8. 1st and goal from the 8. Lazan gives across the formation. And
good tackle.
Moore is tackled at the 4. That's Carson Moore, number 2. Ryan Papandrea on the stop.
Papandrea got him coming from the outside in, and Henry got him coming from the inside out at the same time and made a nice little hit, high and low. Got twins split to the right.
2nd and goal from the 5. This time the give to Nelson, and he's stacked up at the 2, maybe the 3. Was that Yates?
Yes.
That was Yates, 29.
That was Yates.
Gain of 2. 3rd and goal from the 3. 3rd and goal from the 3.
Actually, I don't think that was Yates. Yates not on the field.
Yeah, that was number 28, Nelson,
On
the carry.
Yeah.
3rd and goal from the 3. Lazan lobs to the end zone, and Munoz is wide open in the back of the end zone for the touchdown. So the tight end Munoz leaked to the back of the end zone, and he's got a 3-yard touchdown for the game's first score. With 8:46 left in the first quarter, or the first half. Cockrell on for the extra point try. Low snap, and Cockrell puts it up, and he got it. So Kobe Cockrell's kick is good. 8:46 left in the first half. Our Beck Service Center scoreboard reads Southport 7, Roncalli nothing. We'll go ahead and step out for 30 seconds and come right back. It's Rebel Football on CBS Sports 1430. Rebels have 3 first downs thus far. Southport 5. Cockrell gives it another go-round here. A short end-over-end kick.
It's going to be in a dead spot. Get
Yeah,
on it,
Henry
get on
has
it,
to
get
come
on
get
it.
That's a live ball, and Henry got it at the last minute at the 24. Boy, Southport almost executed a perfect pooch kick, but Henry fell on it at the 24. Boy, that was a close call for the Rebels.
That's one of those plays that in the early season works because coaches maybe haven't gone over that yet with that live ball in that spot, and he put it right at a perfect spot where there was a big opening where Roncalli kind of leaves it, and I wasn't sure anybody knew the rule there because, you know, on the punt you would let it hit and then let the other team cover it and you get the ball there, but obviously on a kickoff it's a live ball and you have to cover it.
So Aiden Leffler leads the Rebel offense out. Rebels trail 7-0. 8:46 to go, first half. Leffler sends Scott Cahill in motion left to right. High snap, fakes the give, swings it out in the flat. Tommy Mullen with the catch, makes the first man miss, falls forward to the 29. Nice move by Tommy Mullen for a short catch and run for a gain of 5.
Well, and I think that was, again, the same triple option that Southport ran down here. Roncalli had that same look there because I think Leffler could have kept it if he wanted to, but he decided to throw it out to Tommy, who was open, and made a nice move.
2 receivers either side. Leffler drops, throws, quick slant to the sideline.
Nice.
Mullen's got another catch, and he tiptoes out of bounds, but not after getting a first down to the 36. So
Great.
2 quick catches for Mullen, and the Rebels have moved the chains.
And Mullen did a great job running the receiver down to the first down marker, turned to the inside, but the ball throws to the outside, so it allows him to kind of go full circle, catch it, and just step out of bounds to get that first down.
1st and 10 from the 36. Give to Hebler up the middle.
There you
Barron
go.
jarts his way up to the 40-yard line. Good first down run. Tackled by Breon Hogan. Now Tommy Mullen, who had not played in a meaningful varsity snap, certainly not as a starter, he has 3 catches already in this first half. Leffler high snap, again the give to Hebler. Barron covers up the ball. He's in the
face
traffic.
mask.
He's across the 45, has a first down and a face mask too, it looks like.
Yep.
We'll add it on. Boy, we talked about this last year, Dan. Maybe not as much because Hebler was the relief guy for Elijah Mahan last year, the senior who got a bulk of the carries. But he does such a great job, Hebler, of covering up the football and staying low.
Yes.
And he's already low to begin with. He only stands 5'9". But he's so strong. He's at 5'9", 180 pounds. And if you've seen how much weight he's put on in the upper body, he's been in the weight room since the end of the season.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's got his style is kind of a gallop runner. You're right. He stays real low, got both hands on the football, but his legs are constantly churning, and it's kind of in a cadence where he's galloping, looking for it so that he can get a foot down and cut up as soon as possible.
Leffler jumped past the line of scrimmage. Very late has Mullen for a first down, and Tommy gets tackled into the field goal net, and the flag flies.
Well, the coach is mad because he thought Leffler had
crossed
gone
the line of
past the line of scrimmage.
That was the old Tim Tebow jump pass.
It was.
So Mullen has another first down catch, and the chains will move as well on the interference, or in the personal foul, beg your pardon.
Taking a long time to get their
Yeah, waiting for
call made.
Brent Hunt to give us the indication, but the personal foul takes it down to the Southport 12. Tommy Mullen getting some attention? No, I thought he was going to get some attention from the training staff. He just needs a quick breather. Southport crowds the line. Leffler throws a slant over the middle.
Oh,
It's broken
I thought he
up.
had
Ryan
it.
Henry in the end zone. Had it, lost it. Nice play, knocked out of his hands by Antonio Fisher.
Threw it slightly behind him, and just slightly, just enough for the Southport kid to get his hands up in there. If it's a few inches in front of him, he can't make that play, and it's a touchdown. But, whew, that was close.
2nd down and 10. High snap. Leffler looks, steps away in the pocket.
Run,
now
run.
he's running, and he's gang tackled. Maybe got one to the 11. Jay Jones Moore on the stop. See if they gave him one. They did. So 3rd down and 9 at the Southport 11. 3 receivers to the short side left. Papandrea, the lone receiver, to the wide side right. Big play here. Rebels trailing 7-0. 6:47 left in the first half.
Three seconds on it. Probably want to call timeout.
And a timeout. Rebels need time. So the Rebels will take time. We'll go ahead and take a break. We'll take a break. 6:36 to go in the first half. Our Beck Service Center scoreboard reads Southport 7, Roncalli nothing. We'll step out for 30 seconds and be right back. It's Rebel football on the Ascension St. Vincent's Rebel Media Network.
Injured? Ortho Indy.
Back in the attempt from the right hash. Cole Beckman, one of last year's starting quarterbacks, is the holder. Rebels shift the line. No breeze to speak of. Maybe a little tailwind for Herndon. Snap down, kick up on the way. It's good. He got it. So Owen Herndon knocks it through from 25 yards out, and the Rebels are on the board with 5:45 to go in the first half. Score in our Beck Service Center scoreboard is Southport 7, Roncalli 3. Tonight's game brought to you by Experience a Hair Spa. Experience a Hair Spa. They're dedicated to providing unforgettable experience by exceeding your expectations through outstanding customer service and an ultimate focus on inner and outer beauty. Call 851-9212 to make an appointment today. Experience a Hair Spa, located at 8610 Madison Avenue. Southport student section, energetic as always. Great crowd here tonight. Both sides looking pretty much full. Parking significantly compromised on the campus. But
A little bit of
everybody
construction
here,
going everywhere around here right now.
great crowd here tonight, as we would expect. I could have charged $10 and had people park in my driveway. Herndon on to kick it off. Number 4, Jay Jones Moore, and number 2, Carson Moore, deep for the Cardinals. Herndon preps his run up. And he puts a foot into it. It's an end-over-ender that Carson Moore takes at the 6. Running back to the middle of the field, has an alley. Rebels try and close it up. Moore still on his feet, and then he's gang tackled at the 27. Scores of Rebels there, including Scott Cahill. Sam Carr also in on the stop. That, I think, is Sam's second special teams tackle of the night. Danny Lopez also there. So now, Dan, this sets up a big series for the Rebel defense. Roncalli will receive the ball to start the second half.
Right.
You get a stop here and maybe try and get a score in before halftime, and then you get the ball to start the second half. You could really flip the momentum of the game.
No question.
Back in your favor.
Well, it was good just to get the field goal to get an answer to Southport's touchdown. And you're right, Robbie. You get this defense to step up and get a quick 3 and out and a punt.
Roncalli calls time.
Southport was doing all kinds of crazy shifts there and trying to catch Roncalli, not guarding somebody. And Roncalli defense coordinator didn't like it. He said, all right, let's call timeout and work things out before we let him get a score.
So we'll keep it here. We've run through our allotted breaks for this first half. Should remind everyone out there, those Roncalli fans listening on the south side of Indianapolis, starting tomorrow for the next 7 days, one of the favorite events of fall. I know it's a personal favorite of yours, Dan, the Chick-fil-A Challenge.
Oh, I love it.
It's back for another year. You can help the Rebels beat Franklin Central and earn money for Roncalli. 20% of the sale of your meal will be donated to Roncalli. That starts tomorrow, runs through next Friday. School that raised the most money throughout the week. We crown the Chick-fil-A Challenge champion next Friday night. The Southport Road Chick-fil-A supports the Rebels. Eat more chicken. After the timeout, Rebels have 1 remaining. Southport 2. 1st and 10 for the Cardinals at the Southport 27. They give to Yates. Stutter stepping behind his offensive line. Nothing there. Rebels blew that up. Luke Marsh on the stop. Luke Marsh, the sophomore D lineman, son of Scott Marsh. He was wearing number 9, Dan, in the preseason, which was the number his dad wore.
Oh, really?
But they switched him to 55 because they thought they may need him on the offensive line, and he's worn. He has been on the offensive line so far tonight.
Right.
There was another Rebel that wore 55 back in the day, my partner Dan Bauer. Lazan has it, flush from the pocket, looking downfield,
Get on
and he runs it. And Luke Marsh tossed him
Oh,
down, and the
another
flag
flag.
flies in. The ball's
Shoot.
out. The ball's out, but I don't think that
Well, they might get us for a horse. I don't know if you call a horse collar or not. We got look like Mark. Oh, it's a face mask. He reached out and looked like he grabbed something. I couldn't tell. Something was pulled awkwardly. They're calling it a face mask, not the horse collar.
that's the second personal foul on the Rebels. Third time tonight that the Cardinals have earned a first down via a Roncalli penalty. That's 5 first downs for the Rebels, or the Cardinals tonight. Penalty brings it across midfield into Roncalli territory at the 48. 4:49 to go in the half. Southport leads 7-3. Lazan sends Yates in motion. Gives a handoff across the formation. Tries to turn the corner and can't get more than a yard. Boy, the run defense for the Rebels has been pretty effective tonight. Papandrea on the stop. The really only effective run action we've seen so far tonight from Southport has been the runs from the quarterback Lazan when he's faked an initial move.
Yep.
2nd and 9. Gain of 1 for Yates. Long count by Lazan. They pop up out of their stance. Lazan takes the snap. Fakes, rolls. Now he runs, he's into open space. Spins off a tackle from Lopez. He has a first down inside the 35. Down to the 31. And again, on that play, it looked like the offensive line pitched forward.
I know, they did.
For Southport.
But they're not calling it.
1st and 10.
Especially when Big 75, he tries to pull, and he's leaning back. Everybody else is leaning forward. But there's all kinds of movement up there.
16-yard run for Lazan. He has 111 yards rushing already. Pass across the formation, Yates, and he's gang tackled.
Nice.
Wardzala with the tackle back at the 34. And Shutley was pushed over the pile. And the side judge caught him red-handed. Scott Marsh is imploring his guys to get out of that retaliation scenario. That was Yates on a pass play across the formation. Lazan tapped it to him. But after the play was over, Wardzala registers the tackle for loss. And then Will Shutley was innocent bystandering. Is that a verb? Innocent bystandering near the pile, and he got pushed over the top of it. At least that's what I saw.
Yeah, that's what.
But that doesn't really matter. What matters is what the gentleman in the striped shirt saw, and it looks like they saw the same thing.
So that's good. Yep.
They back him up. Personal foul. So set up first down and very long. I want to say hello to our good friend Matt Taylor, our former colleague, longtime friend, voice of the Colts, dialing us in tonight. Glad he's with us. Glad you're with us. 3:21 to go. No place we'd rather be on a fall Friday night than here with you. Second down, 28. Into the open space, that's Moore. Jay Jones Moore on the pass. Scott Cahill on the tackle. Tackle just short of the first down is Moore. Gain of 24. Not enough for a first down. 3rd down and 4. Third down and 4 from the Rebel 25, and flags fly. Procedure on the Cardinals.
You can tell this is a early season game with all the flags and penalties.
The one thing that we haven't seen tonight, and that given the balmy nature of the temperature, I mean, normally the Southport game is a very hot game, and you could always bet on there being guys from both teams cramping up in the second half. Now, we may still see that, but you don't anticipate it tonight given the temperature.
No, it definitely plays in the favor of the players tonight.
3rd down and 9 at the Roncalli 30. Big down here for the Rebel defense. 2:48 to go in the half. Southport leads 7-3. Lazan on the keeper, tripping around the end. He stumbles across inside the 25, but he's short of the line to gain. It was the 21. Will Shutley on the stop. Interesting decision for Brandon Winters here on 4th and 4. Fourth down and 4 for Southport on the 25. 4th down and 4. Across the formation, the Rebels jumped. Rebels jumped.
Be interesting. I mean, they were hard calling it there, trying to get Roncalli to jump. Be interesting to see if they would have run that play or if they were planning on calling timeout.
Yeah, I'm not.
They had a lot of guys in motion, but I didn't see it really leading anywhere that looked like a play.
So the penalty, though, leads to a first down. I think that's the 3rd time tonight the Rebels have given the Cardinals a first down on the penalty. Yates up the middle, nothing there. Oh, he spins out of the tackle. He's still on his feet.
Or Nelson, I mean.
Second effort, now a flag flies in. That's Nelson on the carry. Beg your pardon. Thank you, Dan. Boy, he looked like he was stood up. He spun out of it, was able to get down to the 12, tackled by Papandrea, then a flag flew in. That might back them up. Let's see. Yep, that's a penalty against Southport. Block in the back.
Block in the back. Okay.
On the Cardinals. Block in the back on the Cardinals. Still first down. First and 12 at the Roncalli 22. A minute 59 to go. Southport has 2 timeouts left in this first half. Lazan fakes, fires over the middle. Incomplete, in and out of the hands of a diving J. Jones Moore at the 4-yard line. Danny Lopez in coverage. That's one of the few times tonight that Lazan has stood in the pocket, not moved out of the pocket, and looked to throw downfield.
You're right. We haven't seen it a lot, and he showed pretty good arm strength there. He has a very low trajectory on his ball. It comes right at the ear level. He doesn't have a high lift, which normally you look at that as a defensive lineman and get all, salivate on it because you get just a hand up. You can knock down a lot of balls. But we haven't seen a lot of Roncalli guys doing that yet because he hasn't sat down there and passed very much.
Second down and 12. Yates around the end.
Oh.
And a nice tackle by Ryan Henry at the 18. Great tackle by the cornerback Ryan Henry, the junior. Third down and 8. Third down and 8. Big play here. Third down and 8 from the Roncalli 18. Minute 5 to go in the half. Lazan barking out the play call. 7 seconds on the play clock. Yates goes in motion. Lazan fakes. Up the middle. Surging his way. He's inside the 10. He's got a first down. Tackled at the 8. Sammy Ball on the stop. Southport content to let the clock roll for now. First and goal at the 8. 45 seconds to go. Lazan on the delay, rolls out, throws, has Munoz for another touchdown. Big play for the Cardinals to get a touchdown here right before halftime. It's an 8-yard pass from Lazan to Munoz. Second time they've hooked up for a score tonight. And Southport has grabbed a 13-3 lead with 34 seconds to go.
It was that run fake option. Lazan brought it coming in, and you've got to respect him. Obviously, he's been their big run guy, so your defense comes up, and as he sees you coming up, he just stands straight up and dumps it over the top to the 6'5" catcher there, and it's an easy touchdown. It's a really nice play.
Kobe Cockrell on for the extra point try. Plenty of leg right down the middle. So 34 seconds to go here in the first half. Our Beck Center scoreboard reads Southport 14, Roncalli 3.
That's going to be interesting to see what Roncalli does with 34 seconds. You probably lose a couple seconds on the kickoff, but do they try to put together a run of themselves to try to make up some of these points? It's a dangerous spot because you, as a coach, you want to, you don't want to give up those 2 touchdowns, so you want to try to get a little bit back here. Even if you get to move the ball quickly down the field, get another field goal, put you in a closer range. The danger part of it is you sometimes you get kind of, hey, let's you panic a little bit, try to throw the ball, and it can lead to interceptions or give the other team a chance to do the same thing back to you. So, again, it's a tough spot. The other option, obviously, is just to kind of run a couple of vanilla plays, go into the halftime, and regroup and come out knowing you're going to get the ball back to start the second half and have a better game plan with a little bit more time on the clock at that moment. So we'll see what the Rebels end up doing here.
Well, we'll see how Scott Marsh wants to play this. As you mentioned, the Rebels will have the ball to start the second half. Baron Hebler and Ryan Henry deep. Rebels do have 1 timeout left, 34 seconds to go in the half. 14-3, Southport leads. And a ground ball kick that Hebler takes in the end zone. It rolled into the end zone. So that's an automatic touchback. 31 seconds to go. As soon as the half ends, we'll have an interview with Steve Wilson down the field with Scott Marsh. As soon as the half ends. Hayden Leffler leads the Rebel offense out. Rebels down 14-3. One timeout remaining. 31 seconds to go here in the half. Leffler high snap, the give to Hebler. Barron cutting outside, he's tackled for a loss of 2. Brian Hogan on the stop, clock continuing to roll. Rebels look to be in no particular hurry.
Yeah, they don't have to snap the ball.
And they'll be content to let this one run down. And let's go down to the field. Scott Marsh talking to one of our officials.
Every day, we go farther, try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like. Every day, we go farther.
Offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary, ER, or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
We're so thrilled to have Peyton Manning's name on our children's hospital. But we are a hospital designed for kids.
And then the halfback went in motion and then ran a slant route across the middle. Try to get a linebacker isolated on him. I like this beat. It's nice. Give me some more bass. A little more bass here. These are nice. Wish they had them at the adult hospital next door. They have to make this giraffe green.
That's crazy.
Might be right. Let's go red right, scat right, 585, wide drag. On two. Ready? Break. Nice ride. Y'all have these in blue? Can you hear this?
There's only one Peyton Manning Children's Hospital, offering world-class compassionate care for your child. Schedule primary ER or specialist care online.
Thanks, Peyton. We've got this.
Oh, okay. That's where they go.
We're so thrilled.
With a couple 15-yard penalties. Two young football teams, but I agree with you, Rob. There's a lot of stuff. I think the defense looked really stout up the middle. Now they're starting. More offensively so that they end up with points, to catch up and then to move ahead.
Company has been on a journey to
It just gets them back to the original line of scrimmage.
So they've turned a 1st and 25 into a 3rd and 10, which is much more manageable. Kyle Lockhart on for the first time, the sophomore.
Took a yard away, 3rd and 11.
3rd and 11, okay. Lockhart, a sophomore, had some injury issues last year. He's 5'11", just 133 pounds, but there are some who say that he is the fastest athlete in the building at Roncalli. Leffler looking, and he throws a pick. Diving interception at the 38. That's Ben Moreland on the interception. Lockhart was the intended receiver, number 26. But Leffler throws the interception at the 38-yard line, a diving pick by Ben Moreland.
Well, I have to say there was a miscommunication there. The receiver was heading to the outside. The ball came underneath, right where the defender had stopped, really, almost like he was throwing it to the defender. So obviously, that, you're not going to throw it to where your receiver is running away from. So
first turnover.
try harder, and do things others think are impossible. But for people who are passionate about what they do, it's normal. At Ortho Indy, we make sure of it. As the largest sports medicine group in Indiana and the official orthopedic provider for the Pacers, our specialists work to treat your injury from diagnosis to recovery and get you back in the game, because you were built to perform. Ortho Indy Sports Medicine, helping you get normal back, whatever your normal looks like.